Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. You are live with Endeavor Gaming. Tonight we have some amazing news. The announcement for the next season of Star Trek Online has been posted, so we're going to be talking all about it here on stream tonight. So without further ado, let's just go on ahead and get into it. Here we are back in Star Trek Online. It is great to see everybody on this very fine Tuesday evening. Not the day we normally go live, but we've got news to cover, so here we are. We are currently live in the Discord, joined by Gamther, Trank, and Zex. Hello. We got news. But before we talk about news and all of the important news, there is something that I want to discuss first. Today, in the patch notes, were changes to 2 items. Our beloved hexacannons, as well as the new trait Twinkling Lights. Give me one moment to pull up the website and turn on dark mode so that people are not blinded by the brightness of PlayStarTrekOnline.com.
I do appreciate not being flashbanged, Endeavor.
So, in the patch notes, we got changes to Twinkling Lights, reducing the debuff value per stack to -12 from -20, and reduce the base damage of the prototype phaser hexacannons by 15%. Now, there was a lot of conversations about this over on the STO Discord, and I wanted to give my 2 cents. These nerfs are not as bad as I think they are made out to be. I am of the opinion that the prototype hexa cannons have always overperformed. This is not news, and anybody who has used the phaser hexa cannons, and more importantly has seen me use them, know that I talk about how overpowered they are on a pretty regular basis. I think that it is amazing that they only got nerfed 15%. And I've talked about it a little bit, but I think that brings them much closer in line with where they should be. I think that one of the reasons that they are so widely used is because of how powerful they are. But I think above that, the reason why they seem to be so prevalent in builds is because it's on a C-Store ship, so it's account unlocked. They're phaser-based, which means they are, supported by one of the most popular build archetypes in the game, which is phaser. But they also look cool. They just look like cannons. So you have this experimental weapon that caters to DPSers, it caters to Space Barbie, and it caters to the casual player. It's not just a thing about them being powerful. The Achilles was just really awesome. You okay there, Zax?
Drinking water.
But yeah.
Shouldn't attempt to breathe at the same time.
That's fair. And then Twinkling Lights. I did not use this one nearly as much, so it's harder for me to comment on. From the little I did use of it, I understand, I guess, a little bit about why it was nerfed. I imagine with the just stupid amount of DRR reduction you could get, it would make running a rainbow build more practical from a damage perspective than running a like single energy type, and I imagine that was not the actual intent behind it, which is why it got nerfed. I don't know if reducing it down by 8 per stack was too much or too little. I'll have to mess around with it to really say for sure, and I'm sure that Spencer is going to do like a much more in-depth analysis of it. But yeah, I think the TLDR is that the 15% is not going to hurt numbers for 95% of players. I'm glad that it wasn't nerfed more. And Twinkling Lights, jury's still out. You will need to have more testing done for me to give an opinion on that, because I don't want to give an opinion that is just wrong. So, first off, some other news. We have a Red Alert event happening right now. It is running for 2 weeks, which means that you can solo it. It also means that you get an experimental ship upgrade token, which is always nice, always appreciated. And then we have a new Muds bundle that went up on sale today, though I will get to the fact that it has been delisted already shortly. This Muds bundle, I imagine, will be very popular because it has the Mirror Warship, and that is a ship that people have been under the, just general want to get for a very long time. Also, the bot is 100% down. 1 second. Now the bot is back up. I had to click connect. There it is. It also has the Acheron, Emperor Crusher's flagship from the Terran arc, as well as the Emerald Chain Intel Juggernaut. That ship is pretty cool because it's got the moving turrets that will track your target that I'm a huge fan of.
Oopsie.
And yes, and let's see, it was covered here, they added it to the blog, but due to a data issue, they had to temporarily delist this bundle. It will be back up soon. And massive shout outs to Pundus here for setting us up with the Vanity Shield shots of all of the ships, so you can see them in all of their glory. If you go to the blog post and click on any of these pictures, you can see all of the ships and all of the Vanity Shields. It's very, very cool. I think that this is a really neat idea, and I think Pundus is awesome for doing it. But now, let me go to the big news. How much is the bundle? The new Muds bundle? That's a really good question. It is 50,000 Zen, but it will be 50% off when it relaunches, so 25,000 Zen. So roughly $250 US.
That is a lot.
Also, let me add that that is for the Mega Bundle, not the base bundle. The base bundle is 29,500 Zen, which is also 50% off. That is a number that is 14,750 Zen, so just a little bit under $150 US. And I totally did not just type that into a calculator. What are you talking about? I know how to do math. I'm an engineer.
Out of curiosity, Endeavour,
12.
do you see a sale on for Klingon ships in game?
Yes! Okay, so I believe that there was a post about that, but the 3 ships that showed up in the most recent episode of Starfleet Academy, spoiler alert for the last episode of Starfleet Academy, but 3 Star Trek Online ships showed up in that, 3 Klingon ships no less, and all 3 of those ships are currently on sale in the C-Store. So, if you have a hankering for any of those, now would be the time. Alright, now moving to the big news that I've wanted to talk about, and I've been trying to not forget about too much. Launching February 17th, Season 35 of Star Trek Online, Corruption! We have the return of Ezri Dax and this oh so cool logo. And I'm going to pull it up real quick because I made it a point of having it ready so that I could talk more about it. For the key art for this blog right here, that was Adria over on the art team, and Albert and Scorpion Design, and Gokon. So Adria and Albert did the key art and logo for Corruption, and Albert worked on the latest short story arc. I want to give all of them massive props here before we get any farther in. Also, massive shout outs to Flo, the narrative designer for Star Trek Online, because these blogs have been incredible, and I have been so incredibly hyped. We are finally getting Chimeran content! So, I'm just going to go ahead and read this out. Water first. We're excited to announce that our 35th season, Star Trek Online, Corruption, will launch on February 17th, 2026 for PC and on March 10th, 2026 for PlayStation and Xbox consoles. As part of the 16th anniversary celebrations for Star Trek Online, this latest content update will feature the Chimerans who threaten to invade the galaxy with their goals and desires so far unknown. As the Chimerans' influence spreads, Starfleet Captain Ezri Dax, voiced by Star Trek alum and fan favorite Nicole DeBerg, joins you in confronting the escalating crisis. Combat the Chimerans in new upcoming features, including the Curse of Phrygia, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, episode The Belly of the Beast, Task Force Operation, and the Corruption event. In the new episode, old allies reunite as Captain Ezri Dax urgently summons you to the Midas Array. Join her in quelling a Chimeran incursion that threatens both the integrity of the corrupted comms array and the stability of the galaxy. Battle through waves of psionic beacons that call on enemy reinforcements in space and push through a dangerously infested environment. Peril lurks in every dimly lit corner of the array, so watch your step and don't look back. The fate of the multiversal war depends on your courage. New task force operation. The Midas Array is under siege. Chimerans have compromised several decks of the communications array, threatening to overtake the entire structure. Starfleet Captain Ezri Dax is calling on a task force capable of tackling this relentless onslaught and surviving until further backup can arrive. Do you have what it takes to secure the decks, hold the line, and prevent the Midas Array from falling to the Chimerans? And a new event. Chimerans are spreading across the galaxy, corrupting all that stands in their way. As major fleets fall to ongoing sabotage and key alliance structures are infested beyond repair, every victory now feels infinitesimal in the face of total annihilation. Confronting the Chimerans is no longer a choice, but the only viable path forward. Summon every ounce of your strength and join the fight before it's too late. Also, Captain Witt, thank you for that resub. Going on 13 months. Let's see, Pax said, I think it's more like Phrygia? Phrygia, okay. Phrygia? You might be right. And we have one more bit of absolutely awesome news. Additionally, we'd like you to join us in welcoming Thomas Maroney as the new executive producer of Star Trek Online. Formerly the art director for Star Trek Online, Thomas will be leading its current and future development. His career has helped define the visual identity and creative direction of Star Trek Online, while his starship models, like the Pathfinder class USS Voyager B and the Odyssey class Enterprise F / Yorktown class Enterprise F, well, though that has been featured in Picard, have been featured in the television show Star Trek Picard. Taking on broader leadership responsibilities, Maroney is focused on keeping fidelity to the Star Trek universe and working together with the community to ensure the game's longevity for many more years to come. So first off, congratulations, Thomas, on your promotion to executive producer! I cannot wait to see what you do with the team. For those of you that don't know, Thomas is a Star Trek Online legend. His work has basically defined the current visual identity of the game. Way back when, in the good old days of Delta Rising, we needed our first T6 Starfleet ship, and Thomas undertook designing this beauty that is the Pathfinder class, which went on to be the inspiration for ships to come over the years. So, massive congrats to Thomas. And I am so pumped. Guys, season 35 launches in, what is it, 2 weeks? I have already taken the day off of work, and you can bet that I will be live as soon as that server light turns green. Because we have so very much to talk about. Alrighty. I think we've got all the news. Did I miss anything? Also, Night Forager, thank you for that resub. Going on 6 months.
The CEO returning to.
Oh yeah, the one of the founders of Cryptic Studios has returned to helm the company as CEO, and he did a Q&A stream earlier today. He answered a bunch of questions, a lot of which were just about like Cryptic in general, but one of the big things that came out of that, one of the last questions of the stream was, will Star Trek Online be doing anything big for Star Trek 60th anniversary? And the answer was yes. So stay tuned. Also, hello,
Always love the
Sequest.
cryptic.
Hmm?
Always love the cryptic. We're doing something. Yay.
Yes. Also, Sir Boulevard said, those of us extremely elderly veterans, we remember him as another player who's getting his fan concept sold to the studio. Ugh, my brain is just not working. You know, I find it absolutely awesome that a huge part of STO's talent was like they came from players who were super passionate about the game and the starships and are these amazing artists that bring so much uniqueness to the game. You have Thomas, you have Pundus, you have Scorpion design. It's so cool.
Deborah, can we talk about something else before we get started?
What's up?
The 60th anniversary intro sequence for Star Trek.
No.
Okay? I just think it's rude what they did.
Well, without knowing too much about what they did, it's kind of hard to comment on. I imagine that Paramount is not the one who made the thing. They sourced it to a company, and what they do is a whole other conversation that doesn't really apply to this stream very much.
No, but it is kind of Star Trek-y.
Not Star Trek Online-y. And yeah, he definitely seems like a no-nonsense kind of guy. So we will have to wait and see what the future holds. Oh yeah, and Champions Online was mentioned in the stream, which is crazy.
That was crazy.
Champions Online. If they included every hero ship from every series, apparently the intro would be 10 minutes long. I mean, let's see. So, NX-01, TOS Enterprise, I guess TMP Enterprise if you want to get super specific and make it the A. The
No,
B
Enterprise.
was never featured in anything.
The C was C. I think the C was in there too.
It was no, it wasn't. The
Was it?
No, the intro cutscene had the NX. It had the Connie. It had the Connie refit. It had the Crossfield, the Donnie, Discovery, and Athena. No, it didn't have. It had a lot of the more recent hero ships / more famous ones.
I do remember seeing the Defiant.
The Defiant was also there. So was
That little
Voyager.
ship.
I was just talking about Enterprises. Let's see. Thomas described Jack as very player focused. That's good to hear. Ah, I'm excited. I'm very excited. When Servo is on a Klingon. Servo, I'll bring it on the next one that we do. Because I'll just build that one up TFO style. That is true, the Protostar was not featured there. Because Paramount doesn't want to admit that Prodigy is awesome and that they made a mistake because they're dumb.
Oh God, yeah.
But I didn't say that. I would never say something so divisive. That's definitely not the sort of thing I would do. That would be crazy. Ha 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 ha.
Not that Prodigy also had some really good episodes that were not
Speaking of divisive things, you know what I think should be in the anniversary bundle? I think we should have a 5-3 Odyssey variant with a hangar pod.
Flight deck carrier.
You know, I don't think that we're going to get a flight deck carrier anytime soon. It is very rare that we get flight deck carriers now. And after watching the stream where Bort talked about the trouble with science carriers and giving them secondary deflectors, I think he mentioned that it was a similar problem with flight deck carriers just being in general better than cruisers, which is true because they have all the benefits of cruisers while being able to be 5-3 and have 2 hangar bays. Why would you fly a cruiser if you have a flight deck carrier? And the case of the Odyssey gets especially weird because the Odyssey has 4 Star Cruiser variants. Why would one fly those if you have a 5-3 variant that is also in the Zen store? It gets really wonky.
Especially with the Klingons and the Romulans getting a 5-3 and Federation getting...
The Herc are
I
about
can't
to
say it on
overrun
stream.
this
I
planet.
mean,
Their time is a factor.
from a lore perspective, you could make the argument that Starfleet wouldn't build as many warships. I mean, like the Galaxy variants that are 5-3 aren't Federation ships, at least in their default forms. You know, you have the World Razor that is not Federation, and you have the Cygnus, which is Terran.
Then throw us a Terran variant. It's fine.
We already got a Terran variant of the Odyssey. It's called the Lexington.
Would you swap the Face Lance for another hangar?
Yes.
Then another variant, please.
No. I don't know how one would implement it in a way that makes sense.
Maybe
Oh,
the Terrans come across the deal with... help with the Chimerans.
Why would the Terrans work with the Chimerans? The Chimerans
No,
are bad.
help us with the Chimerans.
Why would the Terrans want to do that? They hate us.
They may hate us, but they probably fear the Chimerans more.
I don't think they have any knowledge of the Chimerans. And the fact is, I don't think they're worried about them, given that they pretty thoroughly have been beating the Mirror Board. But I would like to add that the only reason there are Chimerans in our universe is because the Aetherians are dumb. I don't think the Chimerans travel through realities. We haven't seen them able to do that. We know they were created in one universe. It seems like the Aetherians put at least one on the Harmony, and then brought it here, and then it got loose, which was, I guess, at least partially our fault, but, you know, I'm not going to take responsibility for my own actions, so it's the Aetherians' fault.
It's nice to see you growing as a captain, Endeavor.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm only going to have one crane today. I'm behaving myself.
I'm so excited to finally see the Herc. Not the Herc. That's who I'm fighting. I'm so excited to finally see the Chimerans. My first is I'm with Endeavor on this one. The Mirror Borg offered an alliance with the Terran Empire against the Aetherians and got turned down. Why would the Terrans ally with the Prime Universe? Good point. I don't think that the Terrans are going to come up in the story anytime soon. I don't see why they would. Mirrorborg, sure. Except, you know, we killed the king. Like again, so much fun. Bum 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 bum.
Is it actually the Gagarin, or is it the new?
The last of the refuge.
No, this is the Gagarin. I'm not in my echelon right now. My echelon looks like an echelon. The Mirrorborg may be undergoing fusion because we killed Ensign King Harry. I mean, it does seem very purposeful that we took out their king and now the Borg are without a leader. I imagine that's caused some trouble. And by trouble, I mean ease for the Aetherians to fuse more Borg.
Herc's ship spotted at
We
escape
lack
route
harmony,
Gamma. Get over
guidance.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
But now I wonder, if the Chimerans can use psionic beacons, which I guess is what will be shutting down, will the Chimerans be able to use psionic attacks? Because that is going to be painful then come the mission in TFO. I do not enjoy getting stun-locked over and over again. And I don't have anything that gives me any kind of resistance to that sort of thing. So that could potentially pose a problem in the future. I'm sure it'll be fun. Also, Accessimir, thank you for the 10 bits. How's it going? Happy Tuesday. We're talking all things corrupted. The name of season 35. We're finally learning more about the Chimerans. It means you guys might finally someday in the future see me shut up about the Chimerans. Oh, who am I kidding? That's not going to happen. I definitely will not shut up about the Chimerans, and even in a case where we learn everything about them, I'm just going to start rambling about something else, because that's just the way my brain works.
Herc's ship spotted at escape route
So what do we
Gamma.
think of the
Get over
Jamestown?
Yes. No.
there. Herc Dreadnought
No.
on sensors.
Yes.
Careful.
Herc Dreadnought on sensors.
Up along.
DeServo, did you just say nope to the Jamestown?
Oh. Could I kick him from chat?
Surely, you mean nope as in no. How could it not be in the game? Surely that's what you mean. Sure. Oh, you know what? I just noticed something. The SS Ontario's beacon does not share a cooldown with the Kobayashi Maru. It
Nope.
does
You
share
can have
a
both.
cooldown with distress calls,
Mm-hmm.
like the Delta one, and the Nimbus Pilot distress call, which I only call out specifically because those were two on my boss. It would be all.
Did you notice it's also not Juroring aggro?
I did not notice that, but that's because most of the things that would be shooting at it are dying. Gym Village. We have the technology!
Refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha.
And yeah, I do not doubt that the anniversary ship will be another Kittimer Alliance ship. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I couldn't fathom a guess as to what kind of ship it would be. Probably just not a repeat of one of the ones that we already had.
I hope
Head
not.
to escape route
Very
Beta.
much so.
Protect the refugee ships.
Wait, why doesn't the Kobayashi Maru count as a distress signal? That's a good question.
Speeding up the evacuation.
On the one hand, I really want to find out why, but on the other hand, I'm afraid.
Refugee ships
far as it
heading
not
down
sharing a
escape
cooldown.
route Alpha. Protect them.
I assume that that was on purpose because this one isn't called a distress thing. It's a transponder, I guess. Hang on.
Press beacon.
It might be a purpose. Ignore me for now. I'm actually not sure and don't remember. So for now, I'm going to run out the clock real quick and see what happens when I click it, because I've got it on my bar right here.
Herc's ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there.
I'm being chased by a buff. Go away, buff! Oh, it caught me. I'm not fast enough. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it doesn't share cooldown with them.
Ship is under attack.
Head to escape route Beta.
Leon
Protect the
Terry's has
refugee
a
ships.
2-minute internal cooldown that's shared with all of them. You actually can't be fast enough. The buffs gradually increase their speed over their lifespan with no cap.
Refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them.
I have the sudden urge to turn a Kobayashi Maru buff into a particle accelerator. As long as it can't catch me, I can make it go infinitely fast. Did I just figure out a perpetual motion machine? Guys, we don't need warp cores anymore. All we need is a ship that can always go just slightly faster than the Kobayashi Maru buff. I haven't figured out how to harness that power yet, but you know, potatoes, potatoes. I dare you, it's worth the server
Spotted
crash.
at escape route Gamma. Get over there.
I might have to talk to Cinder. They developed that build that hit like a 200,000 impulse using the Typhon. I am genuinely curious to see what would happen with that build in a Kobayashi Maru buff.
How the hell did they do it to a Typhon?
Oh, because when you leave Fortress mode, it gives you a really big speed boost. So that was like the backbone of the whole build. And then it was just like a bunch of things that just make speed go crazy. And using a bunch of those things at once results in that.
Head to escape route Beta.
They basically
Protect the
made it
refugee
go
ships.
to warp. Well,
Refugee ships heading down escape route
Yeah,
Alpha.
watching it
Protect them.
happen in the Gonker battle zone was definitely an event. It was very funny to watch, to be fair. I had a lot of fun watching.
we had the Dreadnought arrive, right?
Oh, that thing is long gone.
That's everyone.
I may turn into a salamander doing it, but that is a
Hopefully
sacrifice
the
I am
Herc
willing to
swarm.
make. Me too, Spaceman 5. Glad to hear you're excited for season 35. I can't wait. Wish there were technical drawings of the USS Vengeance like that in the lower right corner of the screen. So, I always love it when somebody asks about that thing specifically, because then I get an excuse to talk about the thing. So,
Unleashed.
it's
Oh dear.
too late. It's too late. So, for context, that thing in the bottom right-hand corner is an MSD of my headcanon ship. This was made by the immensely talented Mike Overton. And to give you context for how much insane detail went into this thing, all of the individual rooms are on here.
Oh, it gets crazier.
I can also canonically tell you that there is a staircase that goes through my ship because some people want the exercise. If you want to climb 15 decks of stairs, you can absolutely do that on my ship. It's wonderful.
Oh, it gets worse. There's Easter eggs, and if you go on the Endeavor website,
There are
can
Easter
go look
eggs.
for them.
Hang on, where is it? We've got a
Don't
DeLorean room.
let them find it.
But I like talking about the DeLorean. The DeLorean room is awesome. Ha, Looney. What a great question. What a wonderful question. What a great question. Like I would include something like that. We're always prepared. We got everything. That would be on the bridge specifically.
Which bridge? There are 3.
Well, I mean, the map of the map for the Yorktown style bridge does have top hat storage on it. The pictures are called MSDs. Oh, hang on. I know somebody who would totally do that. Let me just find it. I don't remember what their website is, so I'm planning on just Googling them and hoping for the best. Cool. Googling worked. I think this is the right site. Yeah, here we go. This guy. This is Mike Overton, and if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll find the section for commissions and a very cool picture of the exact same MSD. But he has done a lot of really, really, really cool work, in my opinion. I'm sorry to hear that, Night Forager.
See, I could get behind the Titan BMATs. I cannot get behind the Enterprise G BMATs. No.
Those are the same ship.
No. The registry is different, and the hate levels are drastically different.
I think that the idea of the Enterprise G being a Connie 3 is extremely blown out of proportion sometimes. Don't get me wrong. The Enterprise F will always be like, to me, like my Enterprise, because frankly, I played STO before I really got into Star Trek in general. Like, when I came into this game, it was right around the time the Odyssey class, like, the mission, the Odyssey class, launched. So it was the first Enterprise I really got to see, and I remember for the longest time I was like, I want to fly that ship. No, it's a big part of my identity as a Star Trek fan. But I think the Enterprise G is really cool. I think the Connie 3 is a really cool ship in general too. And I think that they all have a place where they can exist. I mean, there's an Enterprise B. It doesn't make me think that the Enterprise A or the original Enterprise mean anything less, you know? It's a legacy. They can all exist and be awesome.
Just kind of wish they just commissioned the Yorktown instead of the G.
Well, that wouldn't make any sense. The Yorktown doesn't exist in Picard. And I feel like a lot of the things about the Yorktown would kind of be lost. Like, jump back. God, when did Iconian War happen? That was 2017? Jeez, I am old. Jump back, 8 years or so. to the Iconian War. You have all the tales of the war. You have the things that were posted directly after in the lore blogs. And you learn about what went into the Yorktown being a thing in the first place. I feel like just introducing it in Picard wouldn't be doing the Yorktown enough justice. There was a lot of thought and lore that went into that ship's existence. 2015. Wow. Thank you, Pax. I already felt old, and you managed to take a bat to my already rapidly deteriorating knees. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm so old.
Jet your.
I also love Starbase Yorktown. That thing is awesome. And I will maintain forever that Star Trek Beyond is one of the best Star Trek movies of all time. Forgetting about the rest of the plot elements, the scene at the very end of the time lapse of the Enterprise A being constructed is simply the most amazing piece of cinema that has ever been put to screen, and I will die on that hill.
So
The best Star Trek theme. The best visuals. Oh my god. Sorry. I'm very passionate.
Clearly here there is Endeavor didn't get out much.
I got out plenty. I will always be mad about Beyond losing best makeup to Suicide Squad, though. That was stupid and wrong. I have very strong opinions about that. Star Trek Beyond is so much better. Alright, my mini rant is over. Beyond is cool. All Enterprises are awesome. Enterprise F was my first one.
I was in college when Star Trek First Contact came out. I was coming back from a trip.
Star Trek First Contact came out in the 90s, didn't it?
Yeah?
Yeah, Star Trek, that movie came out before I was born, so you have fun with that. Board said, I'm intrigued by the idea that only 2 more Enterprise variants H and I between 2402 and 2554J must be a period of relative peace. You know, even in an era of relative peace, I find it amazing that nothing bad happened to a ship named Enterprise for that long of a period of time. Unless, here's my theory, Jeremy. One lasted a super duper long time, and the other one was just incredibly unlucky and got like severely damaged after 3 months. And then the other one lasted like 500 years. Well, we're talking about the H and the I, Zach, so no.
Thing needs to be in a scrapyard.
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Once again, I think that there's very much space for all Enterprises to exist and be awesome. It's also not like there aren't tons and tons of stories of the Enterprise F. In STO, I'm about to die.
You did make friends that influence people, didn't you?
I mean, in all fairness, I am using the new console off of the Salvation, and it has a really good / bad habit of pissing off absolutely everything in a 10-kilometer radius. You have a theory that the Enterprise I goes out in such a blaze of glory that they retire the name for many years before commissioning the J. I think that's kind of cool. And the J is like this huge universe class that feels like it is just... It's like a paying respect to the Enterprise kind of thing. You know? Because we see more ships from that era, and none of them are even remotely on scale with the Enterprise. The Universe class is this like massive chonker of a ship that is basically just the best of everything.
There were a lot of ships in that fight scene were just like looked like they were from the late Voyager era.
I mean, in all fairness, most of them were time-traveling ships because, you know, Temporal War. I'm more talking about the ones that STO introduced them. You know, the other temporal ships.
Feeling is about the STO ones.
I think the STO ones are really cool. They are completely different from what we see of normal Federation ships because the technology has wildly changed in that time, leading up to the era that the Enterprise J comes from. And I mean, I'd say that a lot of the same ideology was used in the 32nd century starships in Discovery, because you have these designs that, like,
There's a break in incoming
just a
call
little
signatures.
bit, you know, remind
They
you
have a
that these
short
are still
amount of time before
Federation
more arrive.
Starfleet ships, but they're so completely different at the same time because you have hundreds of years of technological development. I mean,
Reading some
compare a
heavier ships
Ford
incoming.
Model T
Raiders
to
and
my
battle
Mustang,
cruisers.
and the two have like nothing in common save for the fact that they both have 4 wheels, because the technology has changed so drastically in that time.
An evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover.
I wonder what kind of blaze of glory the Enterprise I went out in. That would have been cool. Are those little
Probably-
crystal things you're creating from the Tholian set? Yes, they are. The orange ones are from the Tholian warp core specifically. You don't have to have the whole set to create the little crystals. It's just the warp core.
The cater is taking some fire. Please assist.
Sorry, Zax, what were you gonna say?
Probably a galactic threat level bloody event.
An evacuation ship is launching. Give them
It
cover.
normally is. I mean, honestly, how many ships have we seen with the name Enterprise in a museum?
In a museum? I think now officially 3? Maybe the Enterprise I went out defending Iconia. Ha!
This is Andor. Our shields are taking hits, and we could use an escort.
It's Andor. Cassian Andor is in charge of a starship in the Star Trek universe? Holy crossover,
An
Batman.
evacuation ship is launching.
Can I get a V-Wing?
Give them cover.
Just gonna say, cool little ship.
Oh, Bort said no, by the way. To
God
your
damn it,
question,
Bort.
can I get a B-Wing? No. Wait a minute.
said
Wait a
we.
minute. Wait a minute. Yes. Yes, you can. Wait. Wait.
I said V.
Oh, V-Wing. Well, that's a shame because we basically have a B-Wing already. The
We got a Y-Wing now.
The Lathian pilot escort.
Yeah, we have a Y-Wing too with the new TMP bundle.
The Alameda. You said an A-Wing. I mean, I feel like that
I
would
said-
just...
Scouts are regrouping
I said a
again.
V-Wing.
Get into position
A
to prepare for the
V-wing.
next assault.
Why would you want a V-Wing?
An
Because I like the
evacuation
fact
ship
it
is
has
launching. Give them
mixed
cover.
friggin' wing geometry and kind of cool engines.
Yeah,
So,
but that one wasn't even from Andor.
Keep fighting.
No, it was Rogue One.
The V-Wing wasn't from Rogue One. That was in Revenge of the Sith.
No.
Are you thinking about the U-Wing? I will take the silence as a yes.
No. The one from Rogue One was a V-Wing.
Do you mean the, like, troop carrier thing? The blue one with the wings that folded back? That is a
Yarp.
U-Wing. The V-Wing is the fighter. I know my starships. I know all the letters of the alphabet, except the order that they go in. And like half of the
Roosevelt
letters.
is in need of aid. Can you draw off some of those enemy ships?
I don't know bloody A, B, C, or D. I'm sorry, I have to bring it back to Star Trek somehow. It was a weak connection, but it was the one I went through. I like my board. It's very nice. Arc Royal is great now, right? I think the Arc Royal was always pretty nice. The Arc
Have they
Royal...
changed the Arc Royal?
No. The Arc Royal is nice, though, because it's one of the tests that Bordicus used for the science carriers and gave it a secondary deflector slot. He talked about it a little bit on the last Q&A stream. That was, I believe, last week. And what came out of that was it's very mixed. On the one hand, it made the Arc Royal popular. But if you have a science ship with a secondary deflector that is primary science in 3-3, but that ship also has 2 hangar bays, that just sounds like a normal science vessel, but better. So then you have the issue of how do you have the science carriers exist in a way where they are competitive to other ships, but aren't just outperforming science vessels or another type. And I think he also extended that out, and I've talked about it a couple of times on the last few streams, extended that to like flight deck carriers versus cruisers, because it's all of the stats of a cruiser. It gets the cruiser commands, except flight deck carriers have a bunch of 5-3 variants. Most cruisers are 4-4. And they also have 2 hangar bays. And with the advent of Type 7s and things like Valors and stuff, a flight deck carrier is just like a better cruiser in a lot of ways. Which I agree with. I also have absolutely no thoughts of how those two could be balanced. Because I would think about things like, you know, speed or something, but with competitive engines, whatever you set the impulse modifier of a ship to, I don't think is really going to stop somebody from being just as fast in one ship as another. Trying to think. What about the Tellarite? The Prolem? Because that was the first flight deck carrier for Feds in the C-Store. And
it wasn't as good as the freaking Suliban by a long shot.
Yeah. The other thing I find really, really funny about it is the fact that besides the legendary Donnie, which is in the 10th anniversary bundle, the Prolem is the only Federation flight deck assault cruiser, which is interesting.
But isn't she 4-4?
No, she's 5-3.
Is she?
Yeah. I mean, the Prolem is, for the most part, asterisk the equivalent of the Suliban, isn't it? Because each one got an allied flight deck carrier. They were in a bundle together. It was the Prolem, the Orion Blackguard, and then the Suliban Silic.
I don't think they were the same, Endeavor.
Well, they all have the exact same seating and the exact same console layout. The only one that is different is that the Silic has, I believe, the cloaking device, and it has a different set of base hull stats. But for the rest of the stats, they are the same between all 3 ships. I'm now going to go into the ship bundle thing and see if they were actually bundled together. It helps to spell flight deck carrier right. Probably something with allied. Maybe. No. Maybe they weren't bundled together and they were just released at the same time. I think it was very purposeful that they all had the exact same stats.
I swear they were in the same bundle.
I know I didn't buy the bundle, whatever.
I did.
Oh, Sequest said that they were not bundled. So maybe they weren't bundled together. They were just released
Don't
at
buy
the
them all.
same time.
Yeah.
I realized that I could scroll through the Zen store, or I could be, smart and use the super cool wiki that exists. Cross-faction flight deck assault carrier bundle T6. Thank you! You are awesome.
We had a few of those around that time because we also had the cross-faction temporal warship bundle too.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good bundle. I still like flying the Jem'Hadar temporal freaking destroyer because that's
Cross-faction.
badass.
I wonder why it's not listed. That's weird. I didn't purchase it.
Isn't there. Cross-faction dreadnought, cross-faction escort.
I know I didn't purchase it because I don't own the ships besides the Scylla, because I bought that on its own. But yeah, I'm not crazy. I did think that they were all released in a bundle together, and that would make sense because, as far as I know, all three of those ships were released at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, and here's where it gets weirder. It's listed in the wiki, but it's not. It doesn't
Definitely
have
not
a
in game.
page.
Hmm.
The mystery deepens. There are the three bundles. Or the three ships in the bundle. Huh. Well. Sounds good. I'll also be sure to add a wiki page for it, because I don't think that there is one. At any rate, we're talking about flight deck carriers. I do like them, and I've always thought about, I love carriers in general, and we have science carriers that I honestly think are pretty good. I love the Jupiter class, but it's weird making them exist in a way where they're not, overpowered compared to the ships that they're kind of based on. Having science carriers not outplay science vessels, having flight deck carriers not outperform cruisers. And honestly, I feel like strike wing escorts are kind of fine. I think the Mirror Angle is a pretty solid ship, but I don't think that it outshines just a standard escort for a lot of things either. An escort or a warship. I consider a pretty even split as far as what I like to fly between a Cyclone and a Valdurist. I only use those two ships specifically because they're both newer C-Store ships. Let's see, thing is, Psy Carriers already outperformed science vessels, and we had a secondary deflector. I'm not convinced it was necessary. Honestly, I 100% believe that. I think that carriers have this weird thing where they're kind of perceived as not being super powerful. I think that Type 7s helped a lot with that perception because you now have these pets that do something that I think gives a lot more out of it. Type 7s have the debuff, and that makes them absolutely awesome. I personally do fly them on a couple of ships, but I've come to really enjoy the Valors. I just think that they look awesome, and I love the idea of these kind of heavy fighter types along with Valkyries. I did not play the game that it came from,
I had that game on freaking PlayStation 1.
That's fair. Like, on my flagship, I'm using the Valors because they're just awesome.
They are beefy for what they are.
They do
really
enough
are.
damage that I really enjoy using them and don't feel like I'm shooting myself in the foot by using them. They look cool, and it helps with my space Barbie things. And I agree. How many carriers do we have as far as, I guess, fed stuff in the C-store? So we've got the Aspero, which was the, well, not the first one we got. I guess the Aatrox, the T5 one, was considerably before this. We have the Seneca, which I thought was really cool. It was the first one that we got that had the full spec seating. It was Command, a lot of fun for Torps. This is also the one that introduced the support runabouts, right?
Did we get the Seneca first, or did we get the Nebula variant first? The Monitor.
The Seneca was definitely first. The Monitor wasn't until like the 13th anniversary bundle. Or the 12th anniversary bundle. One of the two. One of the Terran ones. The Seneca came out considerably before that. Yes, okay. The Seneca was the one that introduced the support runabout fighters, which I think, in theory, were really cool. I don't know how often I ended up using them, but I really liked the idea of having a pet that focused more on support. I like kind of building up that niche. The legendary Donnie talked about that. The Jupiter, I don't have a whole lot to say about stats. I fly this thing because I think that it looks and feels awesome. I love the idea of the super carrier existing. And when I found out about the remaster for the ship, I was ecstatic. You can see the Valors in it. You can see the Callisto escorts. You've got
You
the
can
like
see
pulsing shield grid. It's so cool. It's just so cool. Let's see. The Awani is the one that introduced the Type 7s. I didn't really have a whole lot of strong feelings about this carrier. I mean, the Type 7s are good. Fleet Power Network Array is a really good console. The ship itself was similar enough to the Seneca that, you know, I thought it was great because I had a different visual option to use instead of the Seneca. But let's see, which one had more hull? The Awani had a higher base hull. It also had a higher turn rate.
Really?
But a lower shield modifier. I do like the ring ship. I liked it. I would have put a ring on it, but it was already a ring. I think that one... Oh, I almost spilled water all over my PC. That would have been bad. That one's a science spearhead, too. And let's see. We've got the Ark Royal. I was absolutely ecstatic when the ship came out. I also very much love the Kitty Hawk because it has antennas. I love a ship with antennas. And the idea of doing a Picard era variant of a ship was kinda cool. I really liked the Picard era design of this thing. I think it was Scorpion who did the concept art for this, and they knocked it out of the park.
I used the beta Arc Royal nacelles on it.
Mm-hmm.
I
I am a sucker for the Picard nacelles because they're animated. Then we got the Monitor, which will always have a special place in my heart. Bort says, Uranus was renamed to avoid such shenaniganry. It is now called Eurectum. I should really read out messages in my head before I say them out loud.
Are you sure it's not Eurectum dysfunction?
It went like brain to mouth out. There wasn't a thought in my head. I was looking at the monitor pod and was just like completely gone. I will absolutely read out every single message. I should not say that. This channel would get demonetized very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
That'll teach you to assume everything I say is worth reading.
You did kind of walk into that window. And
know what? I won't even try to defend myself. Would you say the Connie 3 or the Terran Lexington Dread is better? The answer to that question depends entirely on what you're trying to do with it. You know? If you're, say, doing Space Barbing, you want Picard era, I'm gonna say the Connie 3. If you want to do broadsiding, it's probably still gonna be a toss-up. The Lexington is going to be good in that it's 4-4, but the Connie 3 is going to turn a whole lot better and get you into a better firing position for broadsiding. So I would probably lean towards the Connie 3. I personally like the Lexington more than the Connie 3. The Lexington is my main's flagship. It's awesome.
Plus, who doesn't like a phase lance?
That is true. Oh yeah, I was talking about the monitor. I really like the monitor. I think that it is, from a lore perspective, a lot of the things that a carrier that Starfleet or the Terran Empire would build would be. They have the Jupiter, which is like a ton of resources poured into one ship. If you lose a Jupiter, you're losing the ship, tons of personnel, 2 Callistos, and a whole mess of support craft, versus a ship like the Monitor that is built on a ship that you are already actively making and modifies it and uses that kind of multi-mission ability to do things new and different. The Monitor is the epitome of that. You remove your sensor dish and you have a hangar pod. I love Starfleet doing modular things with their ships. It is the coolest thing that they do, and I love it when they do it. Exactly! Put a pod on it! Everything is better with a pod, and hangar pods are so cool because I love carriers.
Endeavor, you know, if they decided to mess with you by putting the hangar pod on the Sovereign instead.
You know, you're not even the first person to make that joke, and Night Forager also has put out one of the great jokes, putting the hangar pod on the Oberth. At one point, I was tortured by my friends just putting the hangar pod on absolutely every ship that exists besides the Lexington, because they knew it would drive me crazy.
Okay, I see the Oberth and raise you the deep space science vessel with a pod underneath.
That actually sounds so cool, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. The only... Oh my god, Bort wants to put the hangar pod on a Defiant.
The hangar pod would be the Defiant. It would be just a hangar pod with nacelles.
Hey, technically the Defiant has sort of a hangar bay-ish, kind of. It houses that one Type 10 shuttle somehow that doesn't actually fit, but it's fine as long as you don't think about it. Also, we're still here, and I can see you over on YouTube, too. I do have both chats open. It has a very, very, very tiny shuttle bay.
Do you know the circular bit on the bottom of the Defiant?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the hangar bay.
That actually opens.
Then we have the Typhon. I think the Typhon is awesome. I think the escort carrier was a very, very, very cool idea. It is a one-of-a-kind ship that is just a ton of fun to fly. Now, again, it comes from a game that I did not play. A little bit too young. But, My first impression of this ship came from the trailer for the Heritage Bundle, and I got to see Valor's launching out of this thing, and I thought that it was the coolest thing ever. Let's see, you're not likely to see a ton of escort carriers. This is a very unique case. That's totally understandable. I mean, the Typhon itself was kind of a one-of-a-kind ship. I don't know what ship in Trek could kind of be given the same, I guess, lore background, even?
The fact in the trailer for the original Star Trek Invasion, she was an underslung pod that was carried in by the Enterprise.
Recreating that in the Heritage Bundle trailer was so cool.
And they used the Odyssey, which was a nice touch.
They used the Yorktown. The Odyssey's cooler brother / cousin. Another Eagle variant for that console. Oh, that's I can't remember what the name of the Eagle console actually is, because I always refer to it as just the Eagle console. This one. The Covert Warhead module. I haven't flown the Eagle in a long time. I really need to pull that ship back out. It's so sleek.
She is definitely the stealth bomber of all time.
That is true. I also love that when you do pilot maneuvers, the nacelles fold in. That was a very nice touch. But yeah, I think I have ranted on. I guess my TLDR is carriers are super cool, and I am a huge fan of carriers. I like being able to launch Valors and things.
Yeah,
It's one of the reasons why I fly the Lexington, because it also has a hangar bay.
Looney, you are right. The Eagle is a good torpedo boat, but it's a more stealth boat. I mean, if you just want plain good old-fashioned torpedo, I still like the Steam Runner.
I think the reason the Eagle was coming up is because it's synergizes very specifically with the console that came on it. The Eagle console Covert Warhead module, the extra cooldown reduction that it gives to your torpedo recharge time can be further augmented if the ship has pilot maneuvers. And the synergy behind torp builds is that you want to have a lieutenant commander command seat. And that is exactly right. Yeah. You want to have that lieutenant commander at least command seat for Concentrate Firepower 3. And you want to get the biggest bonus out of the console by having a ship that can do pilot maneuvers, which means having a commander pilot seat. And the only ship that is a commander pilot, lieutenant commander command seat is the Eagle. The next ship that comes close is the Quajon pilot frigate, which is a commander pilot and a lieutenant command seat. We should do another ship with that seating, but this time with an enhanced battle cloak. Ooh! Ooh! A
That's
Romulan
the
ship with that seating would go so hard. I love that.
What ship would you put it on, though?
I don't know.
Ooh.
I'll be honest.
Maybe the Romulan pilot escort.
I'll be honest. I am not one that tends to enjoy as many Romulan ships. I am a huge Starfleet ship lover. You know, it's awesome. I also realize that it's not going to show up here because of what I got. But, oh, the Dytra, the new legendary Delon, is one of the best looking ships in the game. My lord, that ship is pretty.
Hang on.
There are not a lot of ships that aren't
Endeavor?
Federation that I just like actively enjoy, but my god, is that one of them. What's up?
Just so people can see it.
Oh, I was going to do something moderately funny. And that ship also won an award. I forget on which YouTube channel it was, but it won an award for like the best designed starship of the year too.
Going down by Hull. What the hell?
Hang on, waiting for it to load. There we go. I was just gonna do this. This ship is so freaking good looking.
Yeah, she really is. I mean, I'm actually amazed they managed to make that look like a TMP vessel, and they did such a damn good job.
And this is used as the hard point for the cannons too. When I was working on my video, I was so happy to see that. But Scorpion Design absolutely freaking cooked with this design. It's awesome.
Endeavor, Scorpion cooks most of the time.
That is fair.
To say Scorp cooks is like saying most people bleed.
Bort, that's true. I know that Thomas is a huge fan of the TMP era. The first time that I got to have him on the channel, I'd done an interview over on my YouTube. One of the ships that he said he had always wanted to add to the game was the Ark Royal. Granted, this was like 2 years before it got added, but I remember hearing that and I was like, man, it would be so cool to get the Ark Royal in game someday. And then it happened. And then the time before that, when I interviewed him, it was right before Picard Season 3, the first trailer had released, and I asked if the Odyssey was going to show up. He said no, and then the day before the video went live, the trailer came out, and then I had to make a whole bunch of edits. It's like, haha! Hey, guess what? Odyssey class! Oh, hey, this thing has a hangar bay in the back. I see a little tiny hangar bay right there. That's pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah, she's a damn pretty ship.
Sorry, shuttle bay. There is a difference. Shuttle bay. I do love finding little, I don't want to say hidden, but things that you normally wouldn't notice, like shuttle bays on some ships. Like finding out that the Typhoon has a bunch of them on the underside of the saucer. That was kind of cool to see. And then kind of making head
Beldress?
The
Norway variant also having shuttle bays around the inside of the underside of the saucer too.
I would argue that those are hangar bays, and that's probably where they would store the Valkyries. That seems pretty reasonable to me. They're big enough for it.
Yeah, they just seem to be an odd location to try to have rapid deployment or retrieval.
Luckily, they're in space and can land and take off any angle that they wish. The only reason that my headcanon ship has silly ways of doing it is because I think it's fun, and I get to write whatever story I want. Nick, I did not think that you would say that the Justiciar was one of your favorite ships. Why is that one at the top of your list?
Oh.
That's pretty valid. I still remember when that bundle got announced because I was at my old place. I was living at my old place, and we had all kind of had the thought that a bundle was going to be announced like soon, like that day, and I had been waiting for some kind of announcement to come, and it didn't. So after a while, I was like, okay, I need to go get lunch. So I drive down with my roommate down to a Five Guys to get burgers. I'm standing there in line, and I get a ping on my phone, and it's Alpha. And then it's Alpha again, and then again, and then it's Zex saying, "Oh my god, check the website, you won't believe what's coming." And I was like, just get here. I just want to eat my burger. The only reason I remember that is because I remember actively getting my order wrong because I was too distracted by the bundle to, like, remember what goes on a hamburger. My brain got reset for a while there. Decisions. Yay, Hazard Team. I love the Hazard uniforms. These are very cool.
Romulans are attacking from the south!
Elite Force is one of the Star Trek games that I have played. So, this one was especially fun.
Romulans are attacking from the west!
We got some good toys from that too.
Mm-hmm.
The shoulder-mounted torpedo launcher, the electric gun, the armor. I mean,
Romulans are attacking the central camp!
I really think looking back at the stuff that we have gotten in game over the past, like, 3 years makes you realize how absolutely, like, blessed we are. We have gotten some really cool shit.
Romulans are attacking from the west!
Like, we've gotten amazing starships. We've gotten amazing event rewards. It's been kind of cool. We've been winning.
Romulans are attacking the central camp!
unleash the Moopsie.
I should probably equip my Moopsie at some point. I did do that event.
There goes a Romulan.
Romulans are attacking the central camp!
Why are the Romulans attacking the central camp?
Because I'm getting no help my side.
I heard Moopsie.
Yes, you did. Yeah. There was no one on my
Romulans are
side.
attacking from the south!
Ah! I'm coming. Sorry, random Gorn Miner. I'm here now. Oh, the Moopsie got the last Romulan.
I love that little guy.
Well then.
Romulans are attacking from the south!
How did I change costume? I right-clicked my profile up here. So I brought up this little window, and then at the bottom there is a button to change outfit, and I can change between any of my saved outfits.
The crazy thing, I don't have my Moopsie on my
Romulans
back
are
here.
attacking from the
I've
west!
got him equipped. There goes the Romulan size officer.
Romulans are attacking from the west!
Romulans are attacking from the west. Indeed, being able to change your ground costume is great.
Romulans are attacking from the west!
It helps support all of the head cannoning happening in my head. Apparently, I had seen the bug thread for it in the STO Discord, but there's somebody who had so many costume slots, it, like, was breaking. Some, like, weird overflow type of error. I think they had, like, 255 costumes, and it wouldn't let them create a 256th.
The Romulans.
Again? What?
I have, like, 6. But I also tend to wear, like, the Odyssey uniform basically all the time because the Odyssey uniform is simply peak. It is already the perfect uniform.
Need some more help my side. Everyone went the other way.
Oh no.
God damn it.
I mean, you might as well just come this way too. I remember that the
We need
first
somebody gold to survive.
I remember that the first like 3 responses were, "What are your 255 uniforms?" I also know that I think that they patched it, so you can have whatever the actual maximum amount of costume slots that the game normally allows.
Again, if we can have that many uniforms, please, for the love of God, unlock the number of ships we can have.
I don't think that those two can really be equated, though.
They are saved slots for appearance.
Well, they're not just appearances, though. Ships have loadouts and build. Uniforms are uniforms. I also personally would not, while I do want more ship slots, don't get me wrong, I think more ship slots are always cool. I cannot imagine trying to remember what any of my ship builds do.
A bigger ship interface as well would be kind of nice.
Ships have equipment, inventory, stats, classes, table references, buff slots, and costing data. Also, if I had all those ships, I'm never going to be able to come up with enough cool names for them.
There are plenty of letters in the alphabet.
I mean, we can already have more ship slots than there are letters in the alphabet, to be fair. I think the max if you're a lifetime is, what, 75?
No, it's not 75 ship slots.
Yes, it is. Isn't it?
No, nowhere near. Nope.
Yes, it is. As of February 2022, free account characters start with 9 base ship slots and can purchase an additional 60 slots from the Zen store for a total of 69. Lifetime accounts have 15 base ship slots and can purchase an additional 60 slots from the Zen store for a total of 75. I'm pretty sure that I'm at the cap then. Probably at the cap. Or at least close to it. But in all fairness, I do have ships like the Suliban Cell ship that are taking up a slot, because pundits dared me to. 75 is the absolute max for ship slots currently, but also, if you're running into that limit, use the dry dock, you jerk. Never!
Yes! More ship slots!
You can't make me! I can dry dock my ships anytime I want to. You're actually
Ship
slowing
really
down the
needs to
server
populate.
for anyone that shares a social zone with you while you load in. Oh, well now I actually do feel bad. Okay, after this TFO, I will decide what ships to dry dock. I'm sure that there are several. Plus, I need to do that anyway, because I realize that if I'm at the max for ship slots, I wouldn't be able to use any of the ships that are currently in the bundle anyway.
What bundle?
I imagine the anniversary bundle. A single offender isn't a big deal, but it can add up. Everybody's got to do their part. Now I kind of want to make a, like, Starfleet recruiting poster type of thing with the, do your part and dry dock your starships. You do make a good point, and I can pass along the word because I know that at least most of the people that I hang out with are probably at the max, if not just close to it. Broadly, yes. Character container size in general is one of the many death by 1,000 paper cuts performance issues afflicting social zones. Alrighty. Well, then I know what the next 30 minutes of the stream is going to be. It's going to be deciding what ships are getting dry docked from my roster. And then also making the edits to my wheel of ships. Oh, I'm about to die.
That one's going to be kind of sad.
3 cheers for dry docking! Ow! Thank you, Red Angel Suit. Time is on my side! Bort, I'm going to apologize in advance when you see I only have like 8 dry dock slots even unlocked. Because of how regularly I do not dry dock my starships. Oh, is that referring to the... Why am I forgetting the name of it? The kinetic cutting beam?
It is, but it's a thing I've not used for a long time.
I shut down the subconsole.
I shut down the subconsole. Oh, I am getting attacked again. I mean, I'd say that Bort makes a pretty compelling argument, at least within the fact that
But I need to shut down another
I
subconsole.
am not going to fly all 75 of the ships I have slots for, like at any given point. I switch ships a lot. But even on like a stream where I am actively flying a bunch of ships, it's still gonna be 10 to 12 max. And Bort, I definitely appreciate you letting me know that, you know, porting starships is one of the contributors to some of the wider problems. Because honestly, it's really never been something I've thought about.
It never. Does Fort have a response to what about the promo ships that we can't get rid of?
Well, that's
Or
what
don't
dry
have
dock slots are for.
dry dock?
It would be very much more difficult to run out of dry dock slots from what I understand about the dry dock slot limits. Trimming your BOF crew can have a similar positive impact. Unfortunately, you just have to airlock them since there's no dry dock slots for BOFs. Ha, yeah, I don't have a problem with my BOFs. Ha ha ha. But it's okay, I'm not at the max. I have 4 empty slots. I totally don't hoard. Just don't look at the fact that I still have the first officer that we get in the tutorial. Haha, that'd be crazy. That'd be really crazy. Ha 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 ha. No, I guess if we're being honest, I could kind of space my SROs and not feel too bad about it since I use watchers on just about everything now. I can also say the same as some of the, like, reclaimable ones. I do have the reclaimable one. I think Julian Bashir is reclaimable, so are all the TOS guys, aren't they?
If you have the bundle version of them, yeah.
I think I have the bundle version of them. Let's find out. I totally have the bundle version of them.
Then you're good.
Very cool.
I did a whoopsie.
I could also say the same about the Hololita one. Off dry dock. What would we call it? Extended shore leave. I like extended shore leave.
permanent vacation status. Repente retirement
The
home.
drill is now fully
Repente retirement is insane.
They know too much about what we did in the past. We can't have them running around.
Oh, hey, I survived that. Starbase 80.
No, that. The Repente retirement home probably would be a Klingon thing, though. Let's be honest.
Hooray, we survived. Alright, now to Sol Station. It's time to do some inventory management. And by inventory, I mean starships. Now, the immediate problem I already know is going to happen is the fact that I have a bunch of stuff on these ships. Can we get a channel goal for camera on? Well, that requires a couple of things. Namely, me plugging my camera back in. The people want to see the dreadlocks. I love my dreadlocks. I love having long hair. What the what? Oh, I'm in a team. I will reform the team once I'm back. I'll also get to decide now what ships will stay and go. Oh, I am injured from that. I'll deal with that later. Muscle strain, combat stress, fatigue, exhaustion. I mean, that just sounds like how I normally feel. It's fine. Alrighty. Time to go through the ship roster. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. The Garrett I want to keep because it is my only actual anti-proton build. The Yod Thought. I do not fly this for.
She lives in dry dock.
I think she may be going to the dry dock. My inventory is going to suck at the end of this. Well, I shouldn't have even said at the end of this. It already sucks. That's cool.
Oh dear.
In my own defense, I have no defense. Bart said she exists for the fire at Will Trade, then straight to dry dock.
Yep.
I found another awesome use for the ship, though, but it is limited to demo record. It is a great ship to show off vanity shields because it has a bunch of, like, larger panels. It is kind of fantastic for looking at vanity shields. I'm also kind of a fan of these little Breen Imperium frigates. I think they look cool.
Again, me and Alpha were discussing this earlier. We need these as a ship.
I'm going to dry dock the UEDF vessel. It has been a while since I've flown it. I will, however, one day in the future, go to the dentist, and then I will be immediately tempted to start flying it again. I am definitely keeping the Lamar. I love the Lamar. I'm keeping the Ark Royal because it's still my record breaker. Also, Bort said flyable Breen Imperium frigates? Interesting.
They are the coolest thing Breen we've seen for a while.
The Avalon
Completely
is staying. How many dry dock slots do I have, by the way? I have 4 left. Okay, here's something I'm going to do first. I'm going to buy more dry dock slots. It's something that I probably should have done a while ago.
Oh. Someone leave.
It's gonna
Is someone
get-
here?
I mean, we've been in the same room since before. I am going to dry dock the Atlantis. Not because I don't like it, but because it is one of my CSV platforms, and it's one of like 8 CSV platforms. It was built during my CSV craze. I will keep the Dauntless 2 just because people keep saying that they don't like the Dauntless 2, and I fly this ship to spite them. I will keep the Ark
I'm one of
Royal
them.
because it's awesome. I will keep the legendary Command Dreadnought Cruiser, otherwise I won't have a ship I actually want to do tanking on. How much was that? 400 Zen for 5 dry dock slots feels a little pricey. I think it was 400 for 4 dry dock slots.
The
Oh no,
dry
sorry,
dock
you were
coming
right.
by.
It's 5. I can't count. Don't listen to me. I don't know numbers very well. Yeah, it is 400 for 5. Cyclone. I need to make a video on the Cyclone, so this will stay.
You've still not. Really?
I wasn't demo recording when the ship came out, Zex. Remember that.
That's the new Cyclone, not the old Cyclone.
I'm aware. I wasn't
We're
demo recording yet. I didn't do that yet. Like, it wasn't the thing that I did. I didn't really know how to use demo record yet. Keep in mind, everything about demo record for the most part was self-taught. Or from that video that Zeph made, like, 8 years ago. The dry dock cap is not 15. It is considerably higher. Also, Port said, potentially would like to lower the price in order to encourage more use of dry dock. I'd be down for that. The Corolla is staying. It's awesome. The Cygnus, I'm going to dry dock.
You're not going to be down with the Cygnus anymore?
You know, that joke just gets funnier and funnier each time it's told. The Pioneer 2. This is a bit of a toughie.
I do like it as far as ship goes. They did a good job.
Oop, we gotta hydrate.
Oop, are we drowning in Endeavor?
I had done just a CSV build on this, so I will dry dock it until I come up with something cool to do with it, and I'll probably dedicate a stream to it. Also, slightly modified question. I have 0 reason to dry dock this. This is a Zen Store ship.
No, you could dispose of her. Yes, this is true.
I'm definitely going to end up redoing the loadout on this thing anyway, so I'll probably just discharge it until I need it again. Something I did not actually think about. Oh, the Proxima is staying. Fleet Saber, that's getting dry docked.
Yep, if it's fleet. No returning.
The Premonition I am going to keep because it is the ship that I want to actually teach myself how to do science on at some point. I love the Legendary Nebula. Also, I can't actually reclaim it. The Okinawa I will keep. It looks cool. I love the Typhon too much, and they could never make me hate it.
Never.
What's up?
Why can't you reclaim the legendary?
Because
Nebula?
I got it for the stream. So I got the ships, not the bundle.
Oh.
Janeway. I'm going to dry dock this. For now. I'm keeping the Justiciar. I love it. I'm keeping the Augur. I love it.
If they change it so we can reclaim promo ships that we've owned, that would be really nice.
I mean, that's what the dry dock is for, right? I think the dry dock is perfectly reasonable for that sort of thing. I'm going to dry dock the Farragut. It is not something I fly too often. I love the Trailblazer. The monitor is 2 peak. I have no idea why I made it look like a Nebula, though. Maybe I needed to figure out what it looked like in demo record for some reason. I'll keep the Kelvin Connie, I think, for now.
She is a STO ship, though, so you don't really need to.
The Kelvin Connie's not C-stored. This is Lockbox.
Oh, it's the C, is it? Oh, the A.
No,
version.
it's the first one. It's Lockbox.
Oh, you didn't get the bundle.
No, I have the bundle. That's just not the one I'm looking at right now. This is the Lockbox variant. This isn't the Kelvin Connie refit. This is the Kelvin Connie. The first one, the original one from the Kelvin Lockbox.
Yeah, she went into a lockbox
Mm-hmm.
a while ago for beds.
Fun fact, this was my first T6 Lockbox ship.
What, the Connie?
Uh-huh.
Neat. I want to say Tau Shard Destroyer was the first lockbox ship I got back in the day.
Oh, you mean the Muds bundle? Yeah, I didn't get the Kelvin Muds bundle. The reason I didn't get it is because on my main I owned all of the ships already.
Yeah, but it came with all of them.
I'm also trying to think, is there a BOF that you can only claim once from a mission? Is the Kobali one reclaimable over and over again? Let's see, Bordica's first lockbox ship was the Jemadar attack ship, which was also the first lockbox ship. Oh, you are lucky. I guess I should rephrase what I said in that this was the first... Oh, no, I said it. This was the first Tier 6 lockbox ship that I got. My first lockbox ship was the Kazon Heavy Raider, the T5 one from forever ago. I had absolutely no idea what I had when I got it. Echelon is staying, it's awesome. Jupiter is staying, it's awesome. The Obana.
I'd like that ship. I do like the way it looks.
I do too.
But she
It's
can
getting
go in the dry dock. Yeah.
Eagle is staying because it's the only one with the seating that I need. The Kelvin Connie too is absolutely staying. This ship is awesome. The Adamant has fallen under the... It is a C-store ship that I have.
It's
I
also
did
what
not
you're
need to
keeping
try out that. I need to fly the Kardashev again. I freaking love this ship. It is so much fun. Same with the Titan. I don't fly escorts. What? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I have wanted to get rid of the Kobayashi Maru so many freaking times from my roster. But every time I suggest doing it, it is brought up that I need this for the redemption for channel points and the ship wheel so that you guys have one more way to torture me in elite TFOs.
Yeah.
The Kobayashi Maru is staying. I just want it stated why it is staying. Let's see, the first ship Jeremy actually won by opening boxes was the Vadwar Manasa Escort. The Vadwar ships are so cool. I love those, and I love the Kobali Samsar, which I think was an event reward and is now in the Phoenix store, one of the epic tokens. Those were two ships that were always really high on my list for alien designs that I thought looked absolutely awesome. Hey, Zex. Do you remember when I got the friendship?
Wasn't it given to you so you could do a video on it?
Yeah, I did do a video on it. I totally forgot.
did.
I need to fly this thing.
I mean, whenever I see that, I just hear Halo music. So, yeah.
I hate to do what I'm about to do, but the fact is that the only reason I have the ship was for the video that I did on it. So,
I know.
I'm sorry, Concord. You are very cool. And, I mean, I was working on the support build for this thing, but there are better ships to do a support build on, too. I think what I might try doing is on an alt, making a budget build for this ship. Good number of Delta Quadrant ships you'd like to revisit, either with updated stats or visuals or something else. I love that idea.
We never did get the Genodar carrier, did we? The mothership.
What do you mean? Also, my brain just stopped working. Which ship did I just get rid of?
The command.
Yeah, okay,
Dreadnought?
Thank you. Had a complete brain fart there. You know, talking about the ships from that era, there are also these. And yeah, all the Jemadar ships that we've seen on screen, I think, are in game at this point. And then we've got all the Vanguard ones. But speaking of the Delta Rising ships, there are the 3 Intel ships. The Scryer, Eclipse, and Phantom. This one was, for a short time, the Khonshu before the Salient came out.
I kind of wish they gave this thing the Sadian treatment now.
I think maybe someday it could. I think this thing would look absolutely fantastic with the new Intelligence Type 2 material that the Salient has. Because I think the ship, like, in general, looks really cool. It's just...
Can you demo the whole material on top?
I will not comment or speculate. Yes, probably. Or not probably. Definitely. Speaking of the Salient, I'm keeping the Salient. It's cool. The Typhoon is most certainly staying. It's awesome. The Princeton is the most amazing ship ever. I don't care what anybody says. The Princeton is awesome. It's peak starship design. It's cool. It's got 3 nacelles. The saucer is cool. It's a fun 4-4 ship, and I'm tired of pretending like it's not awesome.
So you're dry docking her then?
No, absolutely not. I have a Protostar that I painted red because I thought it was awesome. It's
No. I suggested Hot Rod Red.
It is now Hot Rod Red. The Connie 3 is staying. It's awesome. The Einstein is staying, and I need to put on the experimental weapon back on this thing because it is also awesome. Oh, hey, my Donnie. Obviously, the Donnie is staying. The Legendary Tier is also staying. The Crossroad Refit is definitely staying.
Endeavor, you're supposed to be making room.
I have been making room. I have 11 slots free now. And I'm only in the essence. What?
You don't need them in your active roster. You can dry dock them and pull them out when you need them.
No. You can't make me.
Can we get a channel points thing for freaking Endeavor dry docking something?
I would never do such a thing, ever.
Ooh, can I?
I am going to dry dock my Pilot Destroyer because literally the only time I ever use this is when the PvP Endeavor rolls around.
It is gross when the PvP
It is, but I can
around.
just pull it out of dry dock when that time comes around. What on God's green earth did I do to this thing kit bashing wise? Why did I do this? Jeremy says this feels like trying to talk Bilbo into giving up the ring. It's my precious.
Bilbo giving up the ring is easier because Sam was in punching range.
I have done strange things to this thing, kit bashing wise, and I'm not really sure why. The checkoff is cool, and I need to do something with it. I'm keeping it so that I can convince myself to do something with it. That being said, the Norway is getting dried.
That she's a fleet, yeah.
Yeah, it's a fleet version. The Excelsior 2 is also getting dry docked. If the Obana wasn't safe, neither is the Excelsior 2.
Extra cannons on the Norway.
I mean, I could argue that any of the experimental weapon ships. I will keep the legendary Walker. I find that thing fun. I will also be keeping the Vern. Phew! Oh gosh.
Maybe dry dock her?
No. Well,
You've already got one temporal science special you want to play with.
yeah, I do have the premonition.
Uh-huh. You can pick between the two and go for whichever one you
The
want.
credence
but-
I'm keeping, it's my beam overload ship for the 32nd century. You can be happy now, Nick. This one is a beam overload build. Here is my beam overload build. It's here. It exists. The Appalachia I'm keeping because it will be my torpedo boat.
But then you have the Eagle.
Shh. I don't like pilot ships. The Trafalgar
don't
is
say that
staying
too loud.
because it's simply amazing.
Yeah, don't say that too loud in front of Aura. He will get very offended.
Aura knows how I feel about pilot ships. Goodbye, Warden.
It's such a pretty ship, though.
Yeah, but I don't like it.
I know.
Hydra is staying. Non-negotiable.
Damn right.
Ha! Jeremy also doesn't like pilot ships. Ha ha ha! Honestly, I feel I have gotten just really into cruisers. Cruisers are my bread and butter. I love them so much. And all of the subtypes. Cruisers, battle cruisers, dreadnought cruisers, flight deck cruisers. Love them all. Can't get enough of them.
Hello?
Holy shit. Wait. Aura, was that you?
That was an Aura.
Yeah, joining back in, yes.
You
Sorry,
heard
guys.
me talking shit about pilot ships on stream, and you actually just appeared. Not even a minute later. That's kind of wild.
Well, what are you talking about? I just got finished
They
helping
suck?
Zelda stuff.
Oh, I was talking crap about
They
pilot
don't.
ships because I don't like them.
Take that back, Zex. They do not.
They do!
Imagine getting hit with a torpedo and exploding. Couldn't be me. Carrier gang, rise up. The Legendary Avenger. The Legendary Avenger.
It's like that boat. It was one of my first T6 ships, token. T6 ships. The Avenger.
Yeah, but this is the Legendary. Also, the Avenger isn't T6. T5.
Oh, T5.
Cruiser Scampi, Cruiser Sandwich, Cruiser on Toast, Cruiser Gumbo. Oh my god, was that a
Who's
Forrest
that?
Gump reference?
Keeper.
It took me until saying Gumbo for it to click.
Yeah, she is. She's amazing.
I will keep the Avenger. Alright. I managed to clear up 17 ship slots. Honestly, that is insane for me. Because I never get rid of ships.
What did Aura send me?
Oh yeah, and I have the Salvation,
Yeah, you
which
give
I
me
am
that,
still
look, Aura, I don't care.
hilariously not built. I really do need to build this thing.
Oh, Aura, did you watch the video above what you just sent me? You weirdo.
Okay, now it's time for part 2 before I wrap up the stream for the night. Sorting out the mess that is now my inventory because, oh no.
Oh dear.
I don't suppose I can buy any more inventory slots, can I?
Probably not.
No. I mean, forgetting about the fact that my inventory is full and can't buy anymore, it is already telling me that I have reached a limit.
Yep.
I also imagine that just adding more inventory spaces would have the same detrimental effect as having more starships.
Endeavor, I just saw your inventory. I thought mine was bad.
Hey, so Bort, funny story about that. So my bank, as it turns out, is also full.
Well,
Okay.
Endeavor,
in my own defense, so much of the stuff can probably be gotten rid of because a huge portion of this are like C-store consoles and stuff. But to do this, I have to do research on which ones I can actually get rid of. I will not comment on the several copies of the Hirogen Hunter Heavy Escort I have.
Methinks indeed Mr. Endeavor has a problem, like to say.
So
I don't have a problem.
that's you know what I'm hearing, and I think Alpha would approve too. I think it's time to level up an alt.
No. Also, leveling up the alt isn't the problem, it's playing on the alt. My alts are level 65. Every ship is probably worth several
gearing out
dozen
an alt.
inventory slots in terms of data footprint.
Oh, okay. I see one thing you can spend some stuff on. Your shared inventory.
You are
buy more
so
slots
right! Yes! Shared inventory slots! Woo! Oh yeah. Are there better
those are
things
the
I could be
expensive
using my
ones,
Zen on? Probably. Am I going to use them on those things? Nope. Yeah! Let's go! Problem solved! Offsetting the problem. Oh crap, most of my stuff isn't even a kappa! No!
And the tokens in there, and the weapons, and then you've got some room.
It's just funny that like 99% of it isn't even a countdown.
Oh, brother.
That's so funny.
Yeah. What YCS just said in chat, Endeavor, could just do that. Take spare ships and use
Hey,
them as
just
storage.
rid of
too.
a
you
load
know,
of them,
you
but
know
he
what
was
would have helped
using
with that
that
idea,
for-
or you know what would really help with that idea? See, the issue is the reason that my inventory is so full is because I just got rid of a bunch of ships. Most of the ones I was using as storage. but I mean, yeah, I suppose that's
Another
also an
episode of
option.
Starfleet Orders.
I am being actively shamed for my inventory and my starships. This is insane.
No.
All right, is that enough to
accurate.
claim everything in here? Nope.
No.
Nope.
Endeavor has a problem.
I don't have a
Yes,
problem.
he's a very.
Wait, why do I
Yes,
have
he
like
does.
multiple? Why do I do this to myself? Wait! I have a magical solution. I'm just going to take stuff out of the account bank on the characters like James that I know have inventories that are absolutely atrocious but have a bunch of space. Oh hey, I'm on the captain's table. Neat. Oh, his inventory is also bad, but it's still better. I can work with this.
Alright.
I can work with this.
All right,
Everything
you know
is
what they say
fine.
about people that live in glass houses, right?
Yup.
I don't have a problem. I should use these T6 ship coupons at some point. I don't have a problem. I can quit whenever I want to.
Uh-huh.
Famous last words.
Look at all of the space that I am making. Where is this? This is the captain's table. This is a map that is accessible to lifetime subscribers by flying into that weird looking nebula thing on either
Outside ESD or outside of Chronos.
yes, what Zek said. He thinks that storage solutions would be an appreciated quality of life improvement. We'll think on it. If we ever get some kind of new inventory management thing, I will always have to live with the fact that one of the things that spawned it was Jerry seeing the absolute cluster that is my main's inventory and bank.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have a full set of ultimate dual beam banks. I also have a full set of anti-proton dual beam banks with 10. I have a lot of really good weapons.
Endeavor, I'm kind of amazed how many fleet ships I've kept, even though some of them are leg end version now.
I still have my Event Campaign 7 prize box.
Endeavor!
I forgot. In my own defense, I have been very busy and haven't thought about what I wanted from it. Oh my. Oh, my character's inventory isn't much better. This is a really common MMO issue. Yeah, this is the only MMO that I play, so most of what I know about inventory sorting is from this game. I know that some of my friends have, like, really in-depth, like, storage organization things for it. I don't have any of that. I have a massive spreadsheet, but it has nothing to do with my actual character's stuff. It's just everything I could ever need for demo record, because for a while I didn't have anything, and I got very frustrated with, like, forgetting things after a week, which happened way too regularly. So I was like, I am going to write down every single thing that I could ever possibly need to know about demo record, and just went from there. Now I'm working on a really cool Word document that has everything in it. I have absolutely no idea why I'm doing it, but I will have it. Especially since I found out what the last two camera script things do. I think it's called Watch Entity and Shadow Entity. I had no idea what those things were for years. And there's this one, like, video from 12 years ago that I think Stargate sent me that explained what it was. And the answer was they're the, like, same as the in-game cameras. Granted, I still have no idea how to make them work, but I at least have an idea what they are. Alright, can I move more stuff to the account bank now? Ooh, what is this? Foul Vanity Shield. Oh, is this the dilithium one? Is that why it's account bound? I suppose that makes sense. Alright, do I have any account bound stuff in here that I can move over to the bank? Yes. Yes, I do.
Not much, though.
My poor inventory. Oh my god, I have an Aegis covariant shield array.
That
I
would sell
remember
for
when
a
these
load.
things were the bomb
Compound.
diggity.
I remember making them.
My inventory is very much not a problem, guys. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm getting rid of this approaching agony. Apart from barely using the console, if I really need another one. Hey, so remember how I said that thing about finding my Event Campaign 7 box? I just found my Event Campaign 5 box.
Christ.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't think this one is as defensible. This one's definitely on me.
Did they readjust the value of the Zenit rewards too? Because it used to give you way less.
Another
then.
thing I like to do, Endeavor, you see those VIP vouchers, the dilithium stuff? I like to open any ones I get so they just combine into one slot as opposed to two.
Yeah.
If you already don't have them. I mean...
Wait, what was that box? 600 or 800-day veteran reward, starship upgrade requisition. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh, we are going down a trip down memory lane, folks.
Oh my god. Oh. My bones ache from reading that. Huh.
I remember getting the lifetime before the free-to-play came out.
That is certainly an item that I own, apparently. Very cool. I love that this entire thing is basically just turned into a walk down memory lane now.
And possibly Roast Endeavor.
I mean, that's not like unique for this show.
Not hard either.
Not hard, yo.
Okay.
Not wrong, Zax.
Okay. Okay.
Event reward 5.
Yeah, that was back before you got all 3 prizes. I have to choose one of these things, which is probably why I didn't use it, because I couldn't decide which one I wanted. Achievement unlocked, Star Trek Online Archivist. Real. Okay, I have freed up some slots. Now, you know, it would probably help if I opened these 311 random elite choice packages that have advanced console components.
Oh my goodness.
Dear Mother of God.
In my own defense.
There isn't one at this point.
I could craft a lot of isomags with this. At this point, I don't even think that there would be a point in re-rolling isomags. I would just keep making them until I get the rolls that I want.
Do you plan on buying a ship anytime soon? With that much, you probably could.
I don't know. I guess that depends on whatever the upcoming lockbox ship ends up being. Guys, I no longer have stuff in my overflow bag. We won. That's how we do it.
Exactly 5
Give him 5 minutes, guys. Give him 5 minutes. Yep.
Hey, joke's on you. I fully intend on logging out and going to bed after this, so it won't be a problem.
Aura kind of makes me want to have a look at Endeavor's.
Do you still make
Destiny
reputation thing at this point? Razor, I will answer that question with a quick look in my bank to the 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks of Borg neural processors I have. Granted, I could 100% turn that into dill, and I probably should at some point, but
Honestly, I'd turn a whole stack of that into dill.
there's not a whole lot of stuff from here I need, so I don't craft it. Now, what I should be doing at some point, despite the fact that I have been in this game for, you know, a decade, or more than a decade at this point, is finish maxing out my reputations. I have no real excuse for not having the Delta and Nukara ones done. I have the marks for it. Especially with Delta, because that one is almost done, and so is Nukara. Why did I not finish these? What am I doing?
Why didn't you?
I don't know. I like looking at pretty starships. The reputations were not a pretty starship.
I have a suggestion. Something shiny came up and he got distracted.
That sounds about
Yes.
right. Speaking of which, ooh, pretty starships. Also, Jeremy said next lockbox ship. You'll find out soon. Confirmed.
How soon?
There is a lockbox ship, and it will probably be a spaceship.
Oh, could I call out Star Trek Online for having a low lockbox ship in the frigging space station again?
Is there one?
The Sagan.
Oh, you mean the Echelon? But there isn't.
No,
What? There's. Oh yeah, there is a Sagan in here,
yeah,
isn't there?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think that's very unreasonable given the era.
But still, not cool.
Well, you can get the Sagan with the event campaign. I think that if you were going to be upset about any ship, you should be upset about the Typhoon, because you legitimately can't get that ship now until it hits, you know, MUDs. My response, like, honestly, would be to use the event campaign to get the Sagan.
You say that, though, because we also have the Echelon, which I kind of... Not the Echelon, the buddy... what was the one from Lower Decks, the Excelsior variant?
The Obana?
I like the Obana.
Then get the Obana. And then get the Sega next year.
But something else will come up cool this year, and I won't be able to use my token next year.
Oh, man. I do feel that there's lots of cool ships, though.
The 1 year that I chose the Inquiry as my reward, they released the Legendary Battlecruiser bundle. Oh. So, apparently screw me in everything I believe in. Yeah.
You know, I don't understand what's written on this display. All I know is that it has something to do with optical pumping. And with that wonderful factoid, we are going to wrap up the stream here for the night. Thank you all for coming in and joining. This has been an absolutely fantastic stream. We got to talk about all of the new stuff coming on February 17th with season 35 of Star Trek Online, which is called Corrupted. We'll be getting a new mission and a new TFO and a new event to go along with it. We also got to have a whole lot of fun watching me try to decide what ships stay and what ships go, as well as clearing out my inventory. This most recent episode of STO Hoarders. Hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you, Jeremy, for putting up with me while I did that and giving me the insights about things and stuff and why I should probably not just be sitting on the maximum amount of ships at all times. Everybody, if you have ships that you're not flying, throw them in the dry dock. Every little bit helps. But alrighty, if you enjoyed the stream and want to see more, consider dropping a follow over on Twitch and a subscription over on YouTube. It helps the channels grow every single day, and you know I always appreciate it. We have a Discord where we get up to all kinds of trouble. The link to that is in chat, discord.gg/Endeavor Studios, and you can find that link and many more at our main site, www.endeavorgaming.com. But alrighty, that's all I've got for the night, everybody. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your evening, and if I don't see you, an awesome week. As always, you have been live with Endeavor Gaming, and remember to keep calm and game on.